People, what's everyone saying, man? I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to another video. And yeah, man, we're live. And after that game against Aston Villa, bro, listen, before we dissect the performance here, there's a lot we need to talk about, bro. Like, there's the Aston Villa game, there's a second half we need to dissect, and the news that are coming out with the comments of Ralph saying that, listen, Martial doesn't want to be in the squad. And then you've got Martial coming out quite late saying, nah, I'll never refuse not to play. So, bro, this club, listen, they're doing so much off the pitch and there's so much drama, but on the pitch they're doing nothing. So yeah, man, before we start on the video, I just want to big up Labule and Zidane. How are you, man, doing, first of all?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Listen, I'm fine, man. I'm fine. It's just, listen, anything with United, bro, like, I just tried to take my mind off it. It is what it is. But yeah, man, we'll talk. Listen, we'll start with the game, innit? We'll talk about the game, dissect it. And I don't know how you guys feel with the, like, before the game, we'll talk about it. Were you, man, happy with the lineup when it first came out? Like, because for me, when I looked at the back four and like the midfield, I was like, I kind of liked it. Like, he changed it up a little bit. But yeah, man, what were your thoughts on the first half and like the second half during the games? Like, what were your thoughts with Ralph's man management in the game? And yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. For the lineup, I didn't like Greenwood, Bruno.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted Van der Beek. I wanted Sancho to get a run in. But I thought the first 30 minutes, I thought he played quite well. You know what I mean? We're passing a bit more crispier. You know what I mean? And then we sink into our old ways again. We give away the ball so many times, dude. We just give it away carelessly. Instead of just keeping it and keep recycling possession, we give it away. Yeah, I don't understand it, but bro, it's the same mentality, man. It's the same old crap. You know what I mean? It ain't good enough.
Bro, the mentality of this team is so. This is what annoys me with this team, right? Like, we were doing so well in the first half, and I was like, okay, we're keeping the ball. They're not losing it. We're actually controlling the game. And like, Matic was probably the best player in that first half. You've got Alanga who was doing well. Like, I was liking the performance, and I was like, you know what? We got the lucky goal. There was a lucky goal, but it is what it is. And like, you just see, like, I don't understand why this mentality of this team is just so poor, man. It's really frustrating because I genuinely thought like we weren't going to win this game, and the way how we started off, man, we were doing well. But yeah, man, listen, what were your thoughts, Nabil, bro, on the game? Like, what were your thoughts? As in Nabil?
Yeah, sorry, lads.
No, it's fine, bro.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think the first 30 to half an hour, I think we were very disciplined, and I said it already. I think we had control in the sense of we've improved from the last few games. I think our pressing was a lot calculated, and I think a lot of players simplified their games and stopped doing silly stuff. I think the first half, I think Bruno was very good. I think Bruno simplified his game, and I think even we didn't even play a 4-2-2. We played like a 4-2-3-1, and even off the ball sometimes we looked like a 4-5-1 on. And I think that's where Ralph Rangnick probably did good and did his coaching and whatnot. I think Bruno. I think for, like, a lot of people criticize Bruno of his hero ball and his ball retention. And I think the first half, even though he dropped in a lot deeper, picked up the ball, but he played it simple at times. He just played it back at times when it needed. And when the pass was on, the so-called hero ball, he made. Sometimes it didn't pull off, but the pass was there to be made. And I think going into the first half, 1-up, even though it was a lucky goal, I think we were a lot better side, a lot disciplined. And maybe the only criticism would be that we didn't have more possession. But at Villa Park, that's not a guarantee unless you're Man City or Liverpool. I think second half is where everything just went down. I think the players lost all the gas in their tank. I think they were tired, and just slowly we were deteriorating in the second half. It was clear that Ralph Rangnick needed to make some changes, but I don't know why he waited so long to make. What was the first sub he made?
He made, I think it was who? Do you know who it was again? Was it Sancho?
Yeah, Sancho for Elanga, and I'm not even sure if that was the correct position to me. I think the personnel. Look, he made personnel change. I don't think that was the solution to the problem. I think it was not only a personnel change to freshen it up, but an actual systematic change in the way we were playing. He spoke about the last game, how when Van der Beek came on, we gained more control in that midfield, which was correct when we played the diamond. And I think him knowing that, he should have made that tactical change to put a lot more bodies in the midfield. Because as soon as Coutinho came on, you saw they just went gun ho. And then, and the thing is, when you are tired, especially in football, you lack concentration. And in stuff like players picking up in between the lines, in between defenders and midfielders and right backs and centre backs. I think that's where you could see all the 2 goals came from. And that comes from the lack of concentration. And he should have made a systematic change, I believe, and maybe changed it into a diamond so that we packed out the midfield and we could have had 2 vocal points where they could, initiate a press or not maybe initiate a press or initiate a counter or start, And I think that's where I blame Ralph Rangnick. Because you could see it was a situation where the players were not, it's not that they lacked the quality. I think it was more of a, they just gassed out, and when you gas out, you lose concentration. When you lose concentration, you can't be conceding 2 goals in 5 minutes. That's not possible.
But you know what it is with that game. Like, listen, I was proper gassed at the first half because I was seeing like slow improvements, and I was like, okay, we're keeping the ball well and so on. But it's just this. You know what it is with Ralph, by the way. He's just not proactive. He's not proactive. Like he just. Like, I didn't understand that Sancho, because for me, Elanga, listen, like I was bantering him saying, oh, Elanga is the next, this is next. But listen, this guy had a sick performance. I thought he was quite good, He kept the ball well. He passed when he needed it to pass. He dribbled when he needed to dribble. He kept it steady. It was a really mature performance from Elanga, and I liked it. And I thought the back 4, I thought they were solid in the first half. Tellers had a good start. I thought Matic was composed. Fred was a bit iffy at times. Bruno, this is what I liked about Bruno. Listen, I criticised Bruno, but what I liked about him, and I'll give him his credit, he was quite good because he kept it simple. Like, he was giving and going. He passed when he needed to pass. But the second half, I don't understand why we didn't bring in a midfielder. Just to have more control. Like
Exactly. Just to shape it up a bit. Make substitutions quicker. I said that in my video I did today, and I thought we left that rubbish in the Ole regime, making Van der Beek come on an 80th minute. So disrespectful. You might as well just kept him on the bench then if you're gonna do that shit. That's not acceptable, man. And that's something that I criticize Ole for doing the same thing. Yeah. But that ain't acceptable, dude. Like, what are you doing making subs in the 80th minute when you could clearly see before that we needed to make substitutions, you know what I'm saying? And you didn't 100%. Do it. And you can clearly say that Matic was tired, Fred was tired. We were just getting overrun in the midfield again. Yeah, and the same thing happened. And then Ralph just stood there and just, please do me a favor.
Yeah, bro, I agree 100% what we're saying. And by the way, big up Adi. So he says, what are you talking about, guys? We'll just talk about the Aston Villa and United game, and we'll cover about the Martial later on. But yeah, we're just talking about the game. Listen, it feels like a loss for me. I don't know how you guys feel. I thought it feels like a loss with that game. Like, I thought Gerrard in the second half outclassed Ralph in every the amount of chances they were creating, and this is what baffles me with Ralph. Yeah, I'm at that stage where, listen, like I don't know if I'm Ralph. Listen, I don't even know if I say Ralph out in it because it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything because even if the next manager does come in, they'll have the same issues. So I don't know what's going on. It's probably the club in it. So listen, with the substitutions, the substitutions were so crap. By the way, I don't know what he tried to do. Like Elanga, for me, I don't know why did he need to sub off Elanga. I thought he was fine. He was the last person to sub off. I would have subbed off Fred. I would have subbed off what's his name? Subbed off Fred and Matic. Brought on Donny. Maybe bring an extra defender to close the game down because we got a second goal with Bruno. It was a sick goal. And then we just gave it away with like sloppy defending. Yeah, it was a proper finish.
I have to say,
go on, Nabil.
Yeah. It was Gerrard was just he was proactive and he went for the game. And as soon as they got that one goal, the second goal, you can see that they were going to get a second goal. And I have no clue. And especially this is not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like, respectfully, Ralf Rangnick, he's held to a much higher esteem than Ole. And for him to be so naive tactically, I think it was a shock for a lot of fans. It was a shock. No one expected like 2 subs in the 88th minute. It's not going to do anything, mate.
Yeah.
And then the thing is not only he made 2 subs in the 88th minute. There was no actual, reasoning behind it. He just put it on for the sake of, 2 subs, just go in there, run about. Like, there was no actual idea or plan in behind the subs. And that's what just confused me the most. I think I expected a lot more from Ralf Rangnick, especially the way he speaks. He's a very articulate coach, but he's not delivering on the pitch, I have to say.
He is articulate, bro. But listen, talking is like, bro, talk is cheap, bro. Like, I want to see your actions. I want to see how you implement it. And it's just annoying because I thought Cavani was crap. I thought he was a ghost, bro. I don't know why he didn't get subbed off. Like, he was, bro. He's been awful, by the way, for the past 3 games. He didn't really offer us anything. He couldn't even keep up the ball. So I don't know why he didn't get subbed off. He then brought on Sancho, Donny, and Jesse. What, all in the 89th minute? What are they going to do in 2 minutes? Because you know what's crazy? There was a chance with Donny, by the way. I think he almost scored. I don't know if you guys remember. Like, he came on. I think he did like a turn and he almost scored in it. But
listen, man, that was a good turn, man. I wish he scored that, man. I would have been so happy for him. You know what I mean? If he scored that.
Yeah,
that's what he can do, man. That's what Donny van der Beek can do. You know what I mean? He's good in that box where he can just. He's got good movement, you know what I'm saying? But I feel sorry for the guy. And did you see the post that United put up as well?
That's a disgrace, by the way. They're taking the piss, by the way.
I have to say, I think Donny's been too professional like in the last year, I'd say. He should come out and say how it is. Like, screw whoever he hurts their feelings, because what he's been through, that's unacceptable.
You know what's crazy? Let me just address. Big up Harris, by the way. Donny, only if he scored that chance he created for himself. By the way, man like Casper, Wamba Casper. What are you saying? How are you Rangnick out already? Give that man time. Listen, I'm not Rangnick out.
No one's Rangnick out.
What?
But he's not immune to criticism.
But you know what's crazy, by the way? You know what tipped me over the edge when he started lying about Martial?
You know what it is, yeah. Let's get into the Martial thing, yeah. I'm gonna say this. There's problems going on at the club. It's very clear. And I'm not going to say that Rangnick is a liar or Martial's telling the truth, even though yesterday heat of the moment everyone's saying like, what the hell's going on kind of thing. But I think the truth is probably somewhere in between, where probably maybe this is just a theory, maybe they both mutually agreed that I won't play, like I'm going to try and find a loan, and maybe I don't get injured. Maybe there has been a mutual agreement. And maybe he's, Rangnick has said it in a way where it looks like he's refused to play. Maybe that's the case. Maybe Rangnick is lying. Maybe he's lying. Like, we don't know, isn't it? There's no evidence. That's why, thinking about it, I can't just take Martial's side. As much as I love Martial.
You know where it is? You know where it is with me, yeah? I think my head's turned on this guy, I'll be honest. With Ralph. I think I'm turned, bro. I can't see it, bro. I don't know if it's the right choice, but I've had enough, bro.
You're Rangnick out.
Bro, this guy is just pissing me off, by the way. I don't know. Donny
so what, Rangnick out?
Listen, I ain't gonna. It is what it is, bro.
No. Just say how it is.
Nah, bro. Rangnick's not that guy, man. He's not got the minerals. He's not got the what's it called? The experience to manage a big club, bro.
Wait, are you saying that because of the Martial situation? Be honest.
No, he's not, bro. He's not good. Bro, he's not a man. He's not a good coach.
No. I have that disagreement. I think.
No.
Saying Rangnick out, number one. I think people that say Rangnick out, it's just why I don't get it, because regardless, he's here for 6 months. You can say, look, I agree with you. You could say after 6 months, he should not get a contract.
I don't want him to be the manager, bro. I don't want him to be the coach.
Yeah, I can agree on that. But saying Rangnick out right now, after him being there for a month, I think it's totally unfair. As much as, and not long ago, we were talking about player power. I think we should.
True.
I'm not saying that we should be backing Martial. I'm not saying that we should be backing Rangnick, but just turning straight to backing the players all over again. Like, and a week ago we were talking about how player power is such an issue and that we should back the manager. I'm just saying, like, I think you just consider it. I think we need facts first before we make any judgment.
Hear me out, yo. Listen, I'm not trying to be like, listen, before people get, how you're Rangnick out. Listen, let me just address it here real quick. I'm not being Rangnick out to be funny or controversial or just weird. Bro, the second half pissed me off. And I was like, you know what? I'll let him off. We drew. Then I saw the Martial thing. He threw him under the bus, right? Because if you think about it with Martial, listen, forget about favoritism. Oh, I like Martial. Why would he? He literally played with Mourinho, someone who he doesn't like, and he still played games. And he wants to leave because he wants to play games so we can play in the World Cup. Why would he say, no, I don't want to be in the squad and not play? He wants to play games. And, bro, I low-key feel like Ralph just did... Look, I thought that was a dickish move, by the way, from Ralph. That's what tipped me over, bro.
Mate, it could be. You know what? I have a feeling that Martial's not lying.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say.
I have a feeling Martial's not lying because Ole lied about Martial being injured as well, didn't he?
There you go. Yeah.
And then Melanie, his wife, had to come out and say that he's not injured. So I do, there's things there, you know what I mean? That's kind of, I want to side with Martial, you know what I mean? Because this club they do some sly shit.
I agree. I think it's probably true that they don't want him to play because he wants to leave. And that's probably above Ralph Rangnick, maybe, that they made the decision for him that he can't, or he should have been in the matchday squad because he doesn't want to be here, which is understandable for a player that doesn't want to be here. He should have been in a matchday squad, okay? What Ralph Rangnick said, I don't know if he's read the room, but it's very naive to him to, start that issue. He could have swerved, he could have said something else completely different. He could have spoke about how Martial is, I don't know anything that Martial, not saying he's not fit, but saying Martial's he's looking for a move. Everyone knows. It's not like he's a secret. Everyone knows Martial wants to leave. You could have just said Martial's looking for a move.
No, but the thing is, what? Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so I think Ralph Rangnick saying that, I don't see the logic behind it. Maybe he didn't anticipate the backlash, and it's especially Ralph Rangnick. I don't know if he knows, but Martial's gonna get a lot of crap on Twitter or Instagram or whatnot. I don't understand why he said it, to be fair.
Listen, Casper, you've got screenshots. Listen, you can have them screenshots, bro. I don't take it back. Ralph's pissing me off, man. He's pissing me off. Listen, 4K and that. That's that. You know what it is? Oh, big up, what's his name? Big up Victor Leon, by the way. Andy says people can talk about mentality and the players, etc. But yet again, we lack midfield. Nothing will change till we make signings in midfield. Big up to mine. Big up, bro. Do you see any coming? Do you see anyone coming in January? Listen, are we hell getting in? We're not getting anyone in January. Victor says we are a lying club. Who do we trust now, Martial or Ralph? It's pretty disgusting what I'm seeing. Players, managers, bro. Listen, the reason why I don't think Martial, like Zidane said, I agree with his. I don't think Martial's lying. He's never, ever in his time at Man United down tooled. Has he ever down tooled? By the way, he's not done a Harry Kane. Harry Kane wanted to leave. Martial wants to leave, but Martial still turns up for training. Harry Kane wants to leave. He's not turned up for training, so I don't think Martial.
Look at the media just instantly bang. As soon as that news came out, I said Martial's going to get stick.
No, but do you know what tipped me over the edge with Ralph? I don't know, I'm being overreaction, but Ralph is just adding more fume to the fire, bro. He literally just threw Martial under the bus, and I didn't like that. Forget about how... Listen, I think Rangnick, he's got good ideas in a coach. Listen, I don't want him to be as a manager. I want him to go upstairs. So when I say Rangnick out, listen, I want this guy to go upstairs to see what he can do. But I don't want him to be a full-time manager. Listen, 7 games, I've seen enough. He's not got the... I don't think he's got the personality to manage a size of Man United. But when I saw him throw Martial under the bus, listen, I don't rate it, bro.
That was your final stage, isn't
it? I disagree. I don't think it's fair to. I still back Ralph Rangnick, regardless if he's thrown him under the bus. I think for the better of United, I'm not backing Martial or any player over the manager. I think it's just enough. Enough is enough for these players. I'm saying Martial is not lying. I mean, he's not telling the truth. But even if he did throw on the bus and said that he refused to be, Martial wants to leave regardless. And United, that's not Ralph Ragnick. It's not up to Ralph Ragnick. It's up to the board to find him a good move that he wants to leave. So I think the only way they can sort the situation out is they need to get him a loan move or a permanent move this January. I think it's not going to make sense for him to stay, especially after what has happened last night. They need to look right now. It's up to United.
But you know, it's not just Martial.
This is the board's fault, man. Because this is the board's fault because the way, that Martial wants to leave, but the wages, bro, they're just too much. Like what, 250k for Martial's wages, and Sevilla can't pay that. And now you're gonna create, if some players want to leave, the dressing room's gonna and they can't leave. If some players want to leave and they can't leave, that's gonna create a little problem in the dressing room, isn't it? And then now that this with Ralph and stuff like that, I think people are focusing too much on Martial and Ralph, and they should look at the real problem at this club. Yeah, because the board have allowed this to happen for years, for 3 years. Yeah, under Ole, under Jose, LVG, whatever. People need to look at the board, man, because they've caused this mess, man.
I have to say, you're right. It's a whole mission getting out of United these days. I have to say it's unrealistic to not only pay his wages and a loan fee. No one is paying that sort of money for Martial. So I think what United is, they're trying to make a profit, or they're trying to make, a profit out of a loss. Look, everything United have brought has probably depreciated by at least 20-30%, regardless. Like, that's how United is. They buy so high, they buy when the stocks are so high that it's gonna drop. There's no more, liquidity in it. So I think they just need to take the loss, and maybe a more calculated decision is loan him out. Maybe he plays good, and then you can sell him in the summer for maybe something like 40-50 million. Maybe that is the case, and try and make something back. But I think United need to accept that they're gonna make a loss regardless. So they need to get him out, whether it's paying half his wages.
Yeah.
I don't even get it. What's the point loaning him out if you're gonna pay half his wages? Just keep him at the club. But the thing is, he doesn't want to be here. It's not that the club want to get rid of him. He wants to leave. So then in that case, you have to make something work.
But you know what it is, by the way. Before I read out the comments, listen, I might be overreacting. By the way, listen, I'm not. I might be overreacting, but there might listen. There's something in me that listen. I might give him the benefit of the doubt because maybe the Glazers are the ones that are briefing Ralph and what to say and what to do, and he's not really got full control with the team selection. I'm well aware of the Glazers that they're the issue, but I just don't understand why Ralph he advised Donny to stay and he's playing him for 2 minutes. I think that's disrespectful. How can you persuade the guy to stay and then you're playing for 2 minutes, and then you talk about when he brought him on against Wolves, I think it was Wolves. Well, was it Wolves against 20 minutes, and then he said, "Oh, we got control of the game" or something. I just don't understand that. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm 50-50 with him. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think of Ralph anymore.
I still back him. Man. I have to admit,
I don't back him I don't think he's a good coach, but I don't even think when he goes upstairs, by the way, I don't think he's going to get full control. I don't think he's getting full control when he goes upstairs. I think this consultancy role is a bunch of bollocks. That's how I think.
Smoke screen, isn't it?
It's a smoke screen, bro. Yeah, because you already saw him coming out saying I think he said something around that he's frustrated that he didn't get his targets with Haidara, and like he's just annoyed in it. But
he wants a midfielder, and then the club are undermining him again, isn't it?
Exactly. Victor then makes a good point by saying, "I'm pretty disgusted by Ralph's comment when I heard about Martial post. Just tells you this club's a mess." Same, bro. Me too. Big up Donda, by the way. There is no way Ralph can be a full-time manager. Let's see what he does upstairs. Get Ten Hag. That you know what it is. That's just what you said there. I agree with you 100%. 100%. Listen, Victor Lang says, "I will never refuse to play a match for Man United. I've been here for 7 years and I never disrespect and will never disrespect the club and the fans. Martial, we love you." Listen. The fans have just. Bro, everyone's against Martial, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
That's a silly comment, man. Martial's not a worse. Come on. That's a silly comment, dude. Come on,
that's
man.
silly, bro.
Wan-Bissaka, you got Maguire, we got worse players. No way is Martial a worse player.
How you say Martial is our worst player? What's this guy talking about? Listen, I don't know. Glazers are blind if they think Jude or Rice will come to Old Trafford when we don't get Champions League again. This long-term planning nonsense set us 5 years back. Bunch of greedy owners who uses it as an ATM. bro, we're not getting Jude Bellingham. We're probably going to get Sean Longstaff. That's what we'll probably get. Listen, we're not getting anyone. But yeah, man, what? Listen, do you man think like it's an overreaction to be like, I'm not convinced with Ralph or what you man say? Do you still see him? Because he strikes me as a guy that he wants the full-time job, doesn't he? But if he's the full-time job, I don't see it in him. Like what
you know what I'll say about it? I think, look, I still back Rangnick till the end of the season, and I still want him to go upstairs and we get a new manager. That's always been my stance. Even like after Crystal Palace when we won, I always said that.
Yeah.
And that's not going to change. Even if we go, unbeaten run to the end of the season, he needs to go upstairs. There's bigger issues to fix. But what I have seen in the last month, and this is just small stuff, I feel like Ralph Rangnick is a very stubborn man. You can tell he loves the way he plays, and he wants, his way or the highway kind of way. And sometimes being a top coach, you need some flexibility in the way you play to make tweaks within the game, having that in-game. I'm not saying he doesn't have in-game management, but he can, stuff like that. You can see that he's a stubborn man and he wants, stick with his 11 plays all the way through. And that's what I think differentiates him with the likes of a Pep or a Tuchel, because these man, when it's not going during the game, they're not afraid to make changes within half time. We've saw it many times. Klopp, Tuchel do it. And that's where they you bridge the gap from not just a very good coach and a manager to a world class coach and manager, and I think that's one thing I fear with Ralph Rangnick. And look, I'm pretty sure, look, if give him a bit more time, give him, let's just say he got full-time job, and I think the team eventually he'll play the way we want to play. But I feel like at times when you just need to, have the, the balls to make some, like the in-game, game management. I'm not saying he doesn't have it, but it's stuff like yesterday I can see that will, happen again and again, repeatedly. And that's one of the things I've, noticed. He's a stubborn man.
Bro, that stubbornness ain't going to help him as well, man. Wait, I think it's bro. Is he frozen?
Yeah, he's frozen, bro. He's frozen.
But yeah, we'll just read the comments, man. But sorry, go on, Zedan. Go on, bro.
Yeah, I get what Labila is trying to say. You know what I mean? I think, like, I'm the same myself. I want Ralph to stay. I back him still. But when you back a manager, you never back them blindly. You always criticize where it's due. You know what I mean? And that's the case for me. I understand the frustrations. I understand why people are upset with him. We're seeing the same things as we saw with Ole,
Exactly.
Same late substitutions again, which I criticize Ole for. We're seeing, players sometimes that don't deserve to be in the lineup playing bad. He's still picking them. I definitely feel like he's being told to play these players, man. I think, as you said, Ahmed, he wants a full-time job. He said it in his first interview. That's something that we can discuss. He said that. And that kind of worried me a bit because I was like, that just came out of nowhere for me.
Exactly.
The thing is, man, you said he's a bad coach. I don't think he's a bad coach. I feel like if he's given time to build a team, right, get his own players in, have a pre-season, I think we can do very well. I think you'll see the philosophy, you know what I'm saying. But right now, mate, I understand your frustrations. I'm getting frustrated too by the little decisions. Even the decision about Harry Maguire's captaincy, there's no reason why we should strip him off it. I don't know, man.
It's just that.
I think there's some decisions that are out of his, reach. Like, I think stuff like Maguire, I don't think he makes the final decision. I think that's more of a, someone upstairs.
You're right.
You know what it is with listen, you can tell that I'm just pissed off in it. I'm like, listen, I might be a reactionary. It's just that with when I look at managers like Steven Gerrard, for example, and like Patrick Vieira, I'm looking at them and they're coming into the Premier League their very first time, and you can already see what they're trying to do. But maybe the reason why Ralph maybe it's not working because like the players they were used to Ole for so long, and it's going to take time, innit? But listen, I'm just impatient, bro. I'm just impatient. Listen,
you know what it is, yeah. I think the like clubs you said like Villa. I think Villa and United are in two different boats.
Yeah, I hear that.
Oh Lord, again.
Listen,
What the fuck?
I'll just read the comment. I'll just read the comments for now. By the way, Ralph ain't there for too long. 2 years. I think he's not getting full control. 100%. I agree. I don't think he's getting full control. Big up Tenzin, by the way, says inventor of German football, great grandfather of Gegenpress, revolutionary football and genius, professor of Tuchel and Klopp, man teacher. Welcome to the Premier League, Ralph Rangnick. Listen, you got a warm welcome. Looking, I just want good football, please. Listen, I want my club back. That's what I want. I want my club back. Rangnick needs to bench.
Sorry, guys, man, I'm keep freaking out.
Nah, it's cool, bro. I'm not confident beating Brentford. I'm not confident beating any team, to be honest. West Ham, yeah. Laurie Whithell on Twitter says Martial set the tone for his season by trying BT being hard to contact during the summer. Wait, what?
Wait, are we getting hurt? I think some Victor said we're linked to Haidara.
Breaking news. Now, Victor, you're getting gassed.
Dude,
We're getting
I did a video on him today, bro. I did a video on him today, bro. I want that player. I want it.
I want him as well. I want him.
He's a baller, man. When I saw a compilation of him, dude, he looks like a proper, like Ronaldo kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good on the ball. You know what I'm saying?
He's just a better version of Fred in everything, bro. He's just he's not. Nah. Haidara is worse than Fred.
Come with this guy.
Nah. Listen, you're
Fred is funny, man.
Now, this guy is funny, man. Flipping. Breaking news. Victor, is it actually true, by the way? I just don't want to get my hopes up anymore. Breaking news, open talks to sign Haidara. Listen, if we get Haidara, I'll be happy. He's still an AFCON anyway, though, to be honest.
We're not getting Haidara, guys. Happy.
Oh, for flip's sake, Labille. You just had to do that, innit?
No, but United, I don't get United, but United, I don't know why they wouldn't want to try bolster the team so they can get top 4. Doesn't make sense, but it looks like the only hope is Zakaria. So
yeah, I think they have open talks. You know what? Let me actually share it. By the way, let me just share it. To share it, listen. Let me just go like this. Boom. Right. Okay. How do you share? Listen. Right. Share screen.
Haidara is a baller.
Listen. Can you man see this?
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah, this is just the Man United have open talks with RB Leipzig to sign Amadou Haidara. Go on,
pronunciation right as well.
Let's go. Listen, Zidane, I'm learning, bro. Basuma,
I'm not sure about everything these outlets say.
Haidara for 30.
When I'm listening to source, sometimes it's just PR, isn't it? So I think MUFC MVP. I take with a pinch of salt sometimes. It depends when it comes out. I think right now it's just a PR twist. I can see it being.
You think so?
We're linked to we're in talks with Haidara. It doesn't make sense.
But you know what it is with what's it called? It's what is it? Build the source. I mean, there's people saying it's a good source, but at the end of the day, source or not, we need about 2 midfielders in ASAP.
The thing is, Haidara is not a holding midfielder. He's a box to box.
He's a number 8. He's a number 8.
Yeah, but he can. He's good at driving. You know, he's a good ball progressor.
We need a 6 and an 8 to be fair.
Yeah, true. I said that. Yeah.
We need. Tenzin says we need a centre back. I think our centre back. I think Varane and Lindelof I like them, innit? But obviously,
I think if Bailly leaves, we need another centre back.
I swear he's gone already. No,
he's going. I think he's going.
Listen, look at this. Look at this. Hang on. Listen, this is just a lies, isn't it, man? Let me just go. Look at this. Jude Bellingham tops MUFC's list for their midfield, with West Ham Declan Rice also ranking highly. And those are the deals that could only happen in the summer. I can tell you here for free, we're never, ever getting Jude Bellingham. Never in a million years.
100%.
Well works for the club, does he not? Or he gets info from the club. I'm telling you, some of the stuff that comes out is PR. I'm telling you, I swear to God.
Yeah. True,
this is just pure PR right now. After what happened yesterday, just trying to It's just positivity. Yeah, he's PR.
Dude, that would never have, like, when I saw that, I didn't get excited because, in all honesty, Bellingham ain't coming in the summer anyway. And Declan Rice, I don't want to spend £80 million for Declan Rice where you can get two midfielders for less. You know what I'm saying? I'm not interested in that, dude. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make no sense, man. Doesn't make no sense.
Tenzin says, we don't need Jude Bellingham, we've already got Donny van der Beek. Tenzin, you're funny, bro.
Come on, man, we got Van der Beek, 50 appearances. Come on, man.
No, but on a real, by the way, I'm actually being serious. I think I'm at that stage where no matter what manager we're going to get, if Ralph is just being a puppet, like, it's obvious like Ralph's a puppet now. I don't think, even if we get Poch or Ten Hag...
So?
Say that again?
You think so, yeah? You think Ralph's a puppet?
I think he's a puppet, yeah. That's not his fault, by the way. That's not his fault. Bellingham can't stop twerking for Liverpool.
What do you mean, Ahmed? What do you mean? What? Like, where would you say he's been a puppet?
I think he's being held back.
Like what? What decisions?
I just think he's not allowed to do what he wants with the because I don't know, to be honest. This isn't like the way how he was talking when he first came in. By the way, he was saying all the right things, and all of a sudden, I'm seeing a lot of contradictions, bro. A lot of contradictions. I
hear you about the contradictions, but I don't think he's a. I think look, he's an employee at the end of the day, so he has to be professional. He can't just throw United under the bus week in, week out. So that's one thing. But I think he should be critical at point. I think what everyone expected when he first came in is that we won't see some faces ever again. McTominay, Fred, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, and that hasn't been the case, and he's used them. Whether he's right or wrong, he's only been here, for a month, and he's probably trying to incorporate every player in to see who's actually good enough. Look, this is hypothetical. You think he's a puppet. Not hypothetical, I think. He's just the way he's spoken outside of United before he came, and the way he's acted now is a bit different. I agree on that. But one is he's been an employee, so he has to be professional, and he has to back the club to some extent. And number two is he might be, throwing some of the players under the bus themselves, i.e. Maguire, some players, Rashford maybe. And when it gets to the summer, he's really seeing, the players, and he can make a decision if he wants to keep them or not. That could be a hypothetical, but it's confusing times, I have to say.
I hear you. Tenzin says we need Alan St-Maximin to replace Rashford. Bro.
No, I don't want that guy. Sorry.
Wait, do you not rate St-Maximin? I rate him.
Yeah, I think he's a good player. But there's better. Rafinha's better than him.
Oh, 100%. 100%. You can even go get like players like Anthony from Ajax, better wingers. I hear you, though. I hear you. Abdi says Poch last 5 games, 4 draws, 1 win. That's criminal. But isn't he top of the league under by like 10 points?
Oh, Lord.
Man, I'm worried about Poch, man. I'm worried about that because I can see Poch becoming another puppet, dude.
He's
going to be the biggest puppet ever, bro.
Hey, Ahmed, I want to go back to something you said a bit earlier.
Go on.
Spoke about, before I lagged out, you spoke about Gerrard and he's gone into Villa. What did you say about Villa, Gerrard? You said something about how he's got them going.
I just said, I know United's a bigger club and it's a lot harder to come in and implement your style. But for me, I'm looking at Patrick Vieira coming into Crystal Palace. I can already see what he's trying to do. With Steven Gerrard, he's just came in new to the Premier League, never managed in the Premier League. Look how he's got this Aston Villa team playing. He's already implemented this style already. We only got 30 minutes against Crystal Palace. I got gassed. And then we got 6 games later. It was just horrible. But however, against Aston Villa yesterday, first half, I liked it. But I'm just seeing no consistency with them. Maybe it's the players' fault, by the way. I don't know. But that's what I'm trying to say. Why is he taking
it?
Look at Tuchel as well when he came in. Look at Tuchel when he first came in. I think his first game against Wolves where Lampard got sacked. I saw what he wanted to do straight away. Like, why is it so hard for us to get what we're trying to play, bro? Like, I don't know why it's taking forever.
It's the balance of the team, dude. It's not right. Even the first game, like, Rashford, Ronaldo together in the front two, it's not ever gonna work.
100%.
Bruno, Rashford, Ronaldo, and Greenwood. I think Ralph did that in one game. I think it was Wolves game. But we lost.
Yeah.
Mate, you can play. You can try and play good football with them. It'll never work because the team needs to be balanced, man. You need to have a set of players where you need to have 2 creative players around Ronaldo. Yeah, and then you have even their pivot, even McTominay and Fred, that ain't balanced. They don't suit each other. You know what I mean? You need to have a balance, bro.
100%.
I think what I was going to say was, yeah. So,
Go on.
Go on.
Go on. Sorry.
go on, Ahmed. Go on, Ahmed.
No. I just have to 100% agree with Zidane. Go on the bill.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I think comparing United to or Ralph to the likes of Villa and Gerrard and Palace and Vieira is, I think there are more issues at United than just a manager coaching players and them getting them to perform. I think when Gerrard, especially when he's taken over, I think there's a lot less problems to solve.
Yeah.
One being egos of players, one being the club being run properly. I think on Sky Sports, if you check, I think is it the CEO of Villa? He came out and was speaking about the transfers and whatnot, and that shows that's a man that cares about the club, that wants the club to progress. I think where it is, I think look, you can't compare a Villa job to a United job. It's first of all two different expectations, and just the job is just enormous compared to Villa. And I think coming in, I think he's probably noticed, and maybe he's noticed coming in that, it's not as simple as just coaching these very, talented individual players, but it's actually getting them all to work together, sorting out their, mentality, sorting out, the culture of the club. I think there's a lot of, you've seen player power, and I think a lot more goes into it than just, getting them to perform, because getting them to perform the pitch, they need to, respect you, like you. And that might not be the case, because there's been a lot of reports that a lot of these players don't want Ralph Rangnick, and they don't want to, work. I mean, train late.
What do they want?
And I think Ralph Rangnick has, been thrown kind of into the deep end, especially joining, and that he's being put in a shit, position really, where a lot of these players are, some of them not good enough. I think it's unfortunate for him, but I think he can only do what he can do. There's talks about if the system might not suit the players and the personnel might not suit the system, but some of these players, a lot of the players, they're not playing up to what they could. And I'm sorry, but some of these players are doing the basics wrong, and that's not really down to Ralph Rangnick, I'd say.
I hear that.
I think there's a lot bigger problems at United than just a manager or managing and coaching players. I'm trying to get them to perform the pitch. That's the bottom line, really.
I heard that. Yeah. Because what's the quote? The Victor Liang says Southampton signing Henderson Dino. Yeah, they've made an inquiry about Dean Henderson. Listen, Dean Henderson can bounce. I don't care. Sebastian Haller to replace Ronaldo. I don't know about that, mate. Oh, my squad is full of divas. Ronaldo said so. Tenzin says, I'd rather see Maguire. Wait, what? I'd rather see Maguire. I'd rather see Maguire sold than United win the treble. Yeah, Tenzin, you're moving mad, by the way. This guy, you know what's crazy, by the way? What I do like about Ralph, it seems that he knows where the weaknesses in this team, because when you look at this report here, sources say Rangnick has expressed a wish, January reinforcement, particularly in midfield. He would advocate the pursuit of Haidara. At least he knows where the issues are, isn't it? Because with Oli, everyone was saying CDM, but we never went in and bought a midfielder, and we all knew that we needed one. But I don't know, man. I think the season's going to get even worse.
At least 2 8s, and we need a DM. You know what I mean? We need 3 midfielders, bro. Because Matic is getting on. Mata's going. McTominay is rubbish. Fred. You know what? I said I like Fred, but for me, nah, dude.
I think I'm at that stage where, as much as I do like Fred and I have been rating him, I do think he's a bit scapegoated. I think we might need upgrades. I think we do.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Fred can be a squad player. I think he's more useful than Scott McTominay, in my opinion. But we need about 2 number 6s, 2 number 8s. We need strikers. We might need fullbacks. You never know, man. We need a rebuild.
Bottom line. Yeah. I said it already. We need a rebuild. I think the culture of the club needs to change, and that can only change from the top down. Look, Edward is leaving this month. If Richard Arnold and John Murtaugh, if they have the right intentions of the club, I think the club will change. And they let Ralph Rangnick, and Murtaugh do the footballing decision. I think we'll go especially starting from next season, I think we'll take the right path. But I'm telling you this now, yeah. If these guys are still, doing politics and having still power and in footballing decisions, nothing is going to change. A lot of these players need to get booted out in the summer. I'm saying it, and unfortunately, all the good players are leaving. That's very unfortunate. Martial, but all the good players want to leave, and people like Maguire are clinging on to United. And look, it's going to be very hard, and it's the rebuild is going to be so long because if all the good players leave, and we're left with all the shit players, what the fuck? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, because probably going to lose. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Ralph Rangnick needs to be given the license to make the footballing decisions because he has a CV. He's built clubs before, so you can't tell him anything. And that's where United need to change. And if they don't change, we're just going to be in a loop, going around in circles.
You know what's crazy, by the way? As much as I don't like what Ralph's been doing, and I don't have any confidence in him anymore, I'm going to see, because I think Man United are finished, but I'm going to see what they do in the summer just to see whether, okay, they're making improvements or they're fully finished. Because if this guy, because I can actually see Ralph going upstairs and then they might do something behind his back and he might just leave. Because that could happen. Because for me, Ralph going upstairs is our last hope. Yeah. That's the last hope, innit? It's not like a new owner is going to come and buy us. And listen, the Glazers aren't going anywhere. So Ralph, I'm just clinging on to him going upstairs. But as a manager,
I want to say one thing, yeah. Just one thing before we finish. But Ralph Rangnick this summer, I think, is going to be a big indication whether how United are going to, plan in the next 2 to 3 years. If Ralph Rangnick is not backed in this January and he doesn't get a midfielder, and it's very clear that whether he's been leaking out or the press have been saying it or they've been fed information from the club, if he doesn't get a midfielder, I really don't think there's hope. Because if they see the vision for him to become whatever, consultant or whatever, make footballing decision upstairs, and they're not respecting him now, getting him the place he wants, and he thinks that the team need, then when he goes upstairs, they can just veto him because people above him can tell him to be quiet. And no, you can't do that. Yes. And I'm saying this now. If we don't get a midfielder, I don't think Ralph Rangnick will be a successful appointment. I'm just saying. Let's add I think anyway.
But that's what scares me, man. Because you know what it is? We don't buy system players. Let's say Ralph goes upstairs, yeah, and he's identified like a midfielder who fits his system. I feel like the Glazers will be like, nah, he doesn't give us any commercial value. Let's go get someone who gives us. That's what I'm scared about because Ralph isn't going to be the one negotiating the price. That's Matt Judge. He's just always fallen asleep in it. He never answers his phone. Yeah, you've got Matt Judge who's going to be negotiating. You've got the Glazers who will tell you how much you can spend. Ralph is just going to be here advising, and half of what he wants to advise is that no one's going to listen to him. I don't even know what.
I said that myself. I said it myself that Ralph is only going to be the one guy that's got a CV, that's got football knowledge. You know what I mean? He's the only one. And then you got Murtaugh and Fletcher and stuff. They don't know rubbish, dude. Like, what do they know about football? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're right about the commercial value, dude, because we've seen this. That's why they signed Ronaldo. That's why they got him, because of commercial value. It worked. People bought shirts and stuff like that. And you know what I mean. But the thing is, bro, I don't feel like they're going to give him any power, man. And I feel like, because even reports came out, like, the management, they want Pochettino. The Man United management want Pochettino, but Ralph's preference is 10 up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, bro, if you bring in Ralph, listen to him. Because he's got a CV. He wants 10 up. Don't go for the easy option with Pochettino, who you wanted him before and you messed up and didn't get him. Go for 10 Hag, man. Listen to the guys, bro.
100%. So now I want 10 Hag. Abdi says Tielemans United. Who says no? Bro, we'll take Tielemans.
No.
Listen, we had the chance to sign Tielemans when he was at Monaco, but we dilly-dallied. So it is what it is.
You could have signed him when he was at Anderlecht.
Anderlecht, exactly, bro. But we wanted McTominay to learn in it, so it is what it is.
It's a joke, man. That was a disgrace.
It's the same, bro. Because I swear, we had the chance, by the way, to sign Thiago. And then I remember there was a report saying McTominay, Southampton wanted him on loan. We could have got Thiago, but Liverpool went and got him. But we wanted McTominay because he's Scottish, and I don't know, to be honest. Listen, this guy.
Longstaff, bro. We linked with Longstaff for about 50 million, dude.
Bro, that guy doesn't even start for Newcastle. Bro, the players that we were linked with under Ollie, by the way, oh my days. At least with Ralph, there's decent players that we're being linked to, innit? Because we were never linked with players like
That would have been woeful if we got Longstaff. Fuck.
Longstaff for 50 million. That's just another.
He's a championship player, that guy is.
He doesn't even start for Newcastle. That's just that. I think that
he's on the bench, dude.
Ollie should have been arrested if he made that standing. I'm not even like,
Listen, I'm going to ask you like one more question, innit? Where do you think we're going to finish this season? And do you see us doing anything successful in winning a trophy? Like, do you think we're going to go far in the FA Cup, or do you see us doing anything in the Champions League, or do you reckon this is just going to get worse from here? What are you man saying? Because I need some positivity, man. Like, I'm depressed.
Where do I think we'll finish?
Yeah, where do you think we'll finish this season? Yeah,
I think we'll finish 7th. Seventh gets you in the Conference League, doesn't it? 7th.
Conference League and big Man United in Conference League.
I don't want, dude. I want a full rebuild in the summer, mate. Like,
Ronaldo in the Conference.
Bro, do an LVG first season, man, where we bought like 6 players, bro. I'm dead serious. I don't want Europe.
You know what? That's a good point, because when we're not in Champions League, the board's got a habit in spending loads of money just to get back into the Champions League. So maybe us not getting Champions League might be better for us in terms of the rebuild. But the thing is, what baffles me the most is that if you spend more money and we're more successful, we'll just get more money. But it is what it is. But would you think we're going to do anything in this FA Cup run, or do you reckon the one team, like if we come across a decent team, we'll just get knocked out? Because I don't even know who we're playing against. Like after Aston Villa, who is it we're playing against in the FA Cup? I can't remember.
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough probably. You know what? They'll probably beat us. You know, you never know.
Nah, they won't be.
I think we'll finish 5th or 6th. To be fair, 5th or 6th. I don't think we'll finish 7th. I think we'll finish behind. I think we'll be 5th or 6th. One of them two. Well, I don't hope. I've scrapped the season. I think these players are just too inconsistent, and the team is just too inconsistent. So I don't really, I'm not expecting anything much. And hopefully, look, this is the only thing I'm clinging on to, that Ralph Rangnick's just given power so he can make footballing decisions. If that's not the case, I'm telling you, we're screwed for the next at least decade.
If Ralph doesn't get control, we're not going to win a Premier League title in the next 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
We're going to be like Liverpool, 30 years without a title.
Man, let's see if these fans can grow a pair, and start doing something about it instead of crying on Twitter, mate. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of Man United fans with big followings, and they would rather fight and focus their energy on what Pogba, Martial, and all people that say as it is, instead of actually doing something. You know what I mean? Do something about it then, because you all protested the Super League. What was it, 5,000 fans or something like that?
Bro, there was loads.
Bro, there's about thousands of fans. And then you got the Liverpool game called off, which was big. And then the Glazers signed Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho. And the megastore was full up. A lot of people. And then the cycle continued again. The Glazers got you again. You guys don't care. You just all talk. You don't care. But right now, there should be protests. Right now. There should be protests, mate. There should be freaking banners, green and gold scarves, mate. You know what I mean? There should be walkouts. There should be empty seats in the stadium. These guys don't want to do nothing, mate. Our fan base is a joke, bro. They're the biggest problem.
Zidane, I agree with you. I think that they should be doing something, the fans, especially the match-going fans. But I think the fans will probably make an action when something drastic happens, like the European Super League. I think if something big happens, like we finish mid-table, I think the fans will then, because look, they've gotten used to finishing 6th or getting Europa League. It's nothing new. So if you get again, it's just another rebuild. I think something big like a European Super League, finishing mid-table. I think stuff like that. That's where I think the fans will. I think look, Glazers just need to drag us to the lowest of lows, and then they will get a reaction, because these fans, you know what it is with these fans, I don't know, especially the match-going fans. They obviously love the football club, but they love the experience of going to the football matches more than probably United. I'd think that.
That's true.
Bro, that's true. Nah, United will be okay. Just get Conte and a squad overhaul.
Nah.
Nah.
Structure comes first.
And I think a lot of people have been talking lately. Oh, if we got Conte, if we got Ten Hag, if we got Poch, I'm telling you, that's none of the solutions. If we got Bell, if we got Messi, if we got I don't know Ndidi, Declan Rice, like no one single person is the solution anymore. That was once a solution. Like we needed that one player maybe to fix it. But I think United are just in an absolute mess, and it starts from the top.
I'm at that stage now, by the way, where I've stopped saying, okay, we should get this manager, we should get this player.
Yeah.
Bring Jude Bellingham, bring Frankie de Jong, bring back Iniesta, bring back Modric, bring back all the back. Listen, it ain't gonna work. So this has opened my eyes a lot in it. So I have to just admit and just say, listen, the only chance we're gonna go back to the top is if we get bought by football people. If there's a billionaire out there that's just gonna buy us and then just look at the club and say, listen, bro, we don't even have Wi-Fi in the stadium. By the way, there's no Wi-Fi, bro. I've been there. There's no Wi-Fi. There's no signal. The roof's leaking. The toilets, bro. Let me not even get started on the toilets, bro. Like it's a shambles, isn't it, bro? This stadium, it looks crap as well. Like it just looks crap.
Rubbish, dude, man. It needs a full.
Look at the City one. Have you seen the City one? The Etihad one. It looks sick. It's a shame
no
no
one.
one.
Stadium, bro. Looks fresh, nice. Bro, we're just living in the past, dude. Even the social media teams always putting out rubbish about back in 2008 and whatever. Dude, I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Bro, I'm 19 years old, yeah. And when's the last time we won a league title? When
2013.
2013 or 12?
It was. I think it was 2013.
Yeah.
I'm freaking 10 years old or something like that, bro. That's a disgrace. I want to win a title, bro.
You know what it is? I said it already. I don't think we'll get brought, Ahmed, going back to your point, by a billionaire, because there's no value in United anymore. I think United in their value on the stock market has I think peaked. Where look for for example, let's use the Saudi owners that bought Newcastle. They can afford to buy. It's nothing for them. That's pennies buying United. That's not much. But there's more. Number one, there's more of achievement. Number one, getting Newcastle like doing a Man City with them. And number two, there's a lot more money to be made with the Newcastle than with Man United, because Man United have pretty much peaked. That's what it is. I'm sorry to say it. The only the way United will get bought is if someone like a Conor McGregor somehow becomes a multi-billionaire and he buys United. That's the bottom line. And he's just doing it like a Roman basically. He just wants to buy a billionaire like a club. It could have been Liverpool, but it's Chelsea. You get it.
I don't even think is he even rich enough to buy us though? I don't think he is.
No, McGregor. Like McGregor was talking about. I remember during Super League.
Oh yeah.
The club, but he can't obviously. But I'm saying if one day he becomes a fan basically has to buy the club. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, just like the Amazon owner that wanted to buy Arsenal or something. Not Amazon. What am I talking about?
Yeah. Spotify.
Yeah.
Spotify guy. Yeah, like that, for example. And he's a fan, but he's a billionaire, so he can afford it. And that's what I'm saying. There's no actual financial reason a billionaire would buy United unless he's a fan. That's just the bottom line.
But you know, with Arsenal, even though they've got crap owners, they've got a decent football structure, though. I think it's decent.
It's better than United, but I wouldn't say it's that great.
Who Arsenal?
Arsenal. Their structure is decent.
Yeah, it's better than ours. Yeah, but that Edu guy's rubbish, dude.
Yeah. I know. I just said decent, innit? Like it's nothing amazing, but listen. Donda says if we get Poch, we must protest the Glazers. All the empty promises made last year, yet they continue not to listen to the fans. I mean, I think that would be kind of harsh if we protested when Poch is there. I don't think we should. What's it called? Protest just because we got Poch. I think there's a lot more reasons we should protest. Poch will be slightly better than Ollie. Do we need another puppet? And be set back another 3 years?
It's good with a rebuild, though. That's one thing I'll say. It's good with. He's done that with Southampton and Tottenham. So if you give him time and you give him, a few players, he's good at developing players. So that's a positive. But dude, I don't want top four every year. I want a title. You know what I mean?
Poch won't win your titles, brother. I don't think Poch will win your titles.
He's good for a rebuild, but
we might need Poch at this moment. We might need him at this moment. But listen, yeah, man. But yeah, anyway, listen, we'll wrap up in it. We'll wrap up. Big up, by the way, Zidane and the Bila.
Yeah, no worries, man.
And big up to the comment section as well, by the way. Big up. But yeah, just tell the people where they can find you in it, so we can just wrap up. Go on, Nabil. Go on,
Yeah,
Labila.
man, you can find me on Twitter at Liverpool United UTD, and you can find me on here, man. But thank you, Ahmed, man. Once again, pleasure.
No worries, no worries. What are you saying, Zidane? What about you, bro?
Yeah, man. Find me on my YouTube, Realist TV. You know what I mean? I did a video today earlier. Have a video coming out soon about Aidara. So, you know what I mean?
Dara.
Check it out. No, man. I appreciate the support if you could subscribe. And yeah, man. Follow me on Twitter at Realist Sedan. You can follow me there. So, yeah, man.
Listen, obviously, you man can find me on Twitter for me, Ahmed_United Red. Listen, I host spaces and I might just take the piss in it. So I'll just do it for banner, bro. But at the end of the day, big up, man. Big up.